Good afternoon, folks. Welcome along to another episode of The Young Farmer. My name is Andy, and we are, can you believe it, someone has left me in charge of their combine. We are in our own Spring Barley here. We're in our own plots of LG Diablo. And Gary, our neighbour, who has kindly offered to come and harvest our barley for us, has a lot of other jobs to do today. He's trying to get ahead with some drilling of some oilseed rape, so he's left the combine with us. Can you believe it? So we are rumbling through. We're on the first pass of our first field here. It's yeah, so far so good. We should be able to get through this nice and quickly. It's not going to take us all that long, I don't think. And once we do that, yeah, we'll be able to rattle on and start to get most of this done. It shouldn't take us more in the afternoon. I'm hoping not, because there's rain due tomorrow as well. So we need to just kind of keep going, rattle through this and get it done. Unfortunately, there is just going to be myself doing both, so I don't think I'm going to be able to lead it all the way down to the stores today. What I might do, though, and what I'm looking at doing, is trying to borrow a second trailer from someone, just so I can clear the field first and then worry about it later. So that's what we'll look to do. We are just motoring around the first field. We've got about a 25-foot cut header on here, which is a nice size. It's nice and easy to get into the field. That's the main thing, at least. So we did that, and then we've all got it set up now. And then yeah, we'll have our tractor and trailer set up down by the gateway, I should imagine, because we'll get around this field at one hit. I think what we'll do is we'll take this on both sides of the footpath. We won't cross over the footpath, just to keep it all separate. That's never a bad idea. So we'll look to do that. We're going to just split it up here. As you can see, the footpath runs right the way down the middle there. There we go. And so we'll just run a route down there, and then we shall be good, all being well. Oh, there we go. Combine's a little bit funky to get used to, must admit there, but it's very similar controls really. Everything is on this one joystick here, so it's similar to what I've driven in the past. Yeah, just all the kind of approach and methodology to driving is always the same. Just take your time, make sure everything's coming in nice and even along the front, and take it from there. So we'll get ourselves around this first headland, we'll get ourselves all set up there, and then we'll see how it's coming along. But so far so good. Very impressed with how we're... Well, that Gary's left the combine for us. It's a very nice thing to do. And yeah, so we've got this side of the field, we've got that block there, and then we're going over the hedge into there as well. So all being well, we'll get it all done today, but we'll have to wait and see really. Play it by ear, as they say. And hopefully it rained a bit last night, so it delayed us getting started. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. We couldn't get going until now. It's just too damp. So we've held back, we've been patient, and we're flying now. So we will look to continue, and I'll come back to you with a little bit of an update further down the line. Well, we've pushed on a little bit further now. We're flying into this field. We're on the third and final headland for now. Spot rates as are coming in at the moment would be about in the region of just under 4 tons an acre, which is very good for me. I'm very, very happy with that one, to be honest. I think it's about averaging out across the field thus far around about 3.9 tons, which we'll gladly take. We've had a bit of an odd spring for it really. This year's been a little bit wet in places and extremely dry and hot, so it's had a tough growing conditions, but yeah, we're happy with that. We'll get this in when, like I say, this little block here is not taking too long to do, and then we'll push across into the bigger side of the field there, and we'll get that done. Hopefully the trailer's got... I'm going to have to find a trailer pretty soon, which is annoying, but there's not a lot I can do about that. But we'll get onto it as well. And then moving on from that, yeah, we'll cross over the road. And like I say, hopefully we can get it all done today. I wouldn't be surprised if the moisture starts to creep up, though, towards the like late afternoon, evening. As it's been prone to do the last couple of days there. We're currently coming in at around about 15-ish%. It could do with being a little drier. When it goes down to the store, they might tickle it through the grain dryer just to knock it down to about 13 maybe, but it's as dry as it's going to get in the field, put it that way, I think, at this moment in time. So we've just got to kind of take it now, and rather than lose it. We are due a lot of rain over the coming few days, so if we don't get into it now, I'm not sure when we'd get this good start on it, at least. So that's my kind of philosophy on it for the moment. But like I say, hopefully, yeah, we'll get this all done nice and quickly. And then we can get the combine out of here, and then I'd ideally, if it stays dry long enough, like to get the straw baled straight behind, but I don't think we'll get that done today. That might be a bit of a stretch. Oh, we are 25% full, I believe, now. So we'll get the rows done here, we'll get this little kind of block, and then we'll move on. Yeah, we need to go and I'll probably fill up this grain trailer, and then go and find it. And then go find another grain trailer that we can just dump into for now. Although it looks like I don't think we'll get everything that's left done with our current trailers, but we'll see. We'll have to give it our best shot, that's for sure. But otherwise, combine's good. It's kind of just cruising through this, to be honest. There's no hardship for it at all. But that's all good. And then yeah, we'll be. This is to my knowledge, this is the last harvest that I'm going to be involved with this season. Which is my own. Everyone else had majority winter crops, so they're all in. And I've actually got a few jobs lined up for early next week, possibly back end of this week if we can manage it. But to get the plough on the back again, so we'll have to look into that one. But yeah, lots to do, lots of different updates. We are actually, if we get this finished today, we're going to go and take the class Arian down to the dealer because we're going to make a few changes to it. Which is going to be exciting. It's the start of something a lot bigger, but we're just taking it one step at a time, so we'll fill you in more about that one when we can. But like I say, for now there, we are just rumbling through here without a problem in the world. This was sprayed off about 14 days ago, hence the reason there's next to no kind of greenery in the bottom. It really has been sprayed off and killed off well. We had some good heat as well not long after we sprayed it typically, which really helps. If we'd been able to get that heat beforehand, maybe we wouldn't have had to spray it off, but there you go, such is life. But yeah, we're just gonna get this all wrapped out here, and then we'll get the headlands done on the other field. So we'll keep rattling through, making great progress. Very happy to finally be in here, and be even happier once the field's cleared. But yeah, we'll catch up with you later when we're into the next block, and we'll have a look at see how that's coming along. Well, good news and bad news, ladies and gentlemen. The good news is that we have been able to get both these two blocks of spring barley finished. The bad news is that when I thought I pressed record on my camera, I actually didn't. So I recorded this getting the last little bit done, and it failed, frankly. We've done alright, we've got that all covered. The combine tank is empty. We did have to go and borrow the neighbour's grain trailer though, which is why the class is hooked up to a Marshall. Our Marston trailer right now is currently parked up in our shed, actually, with the sheet on. It's going to stay there. We're just going to pop the brake on here. So what we need to do now, we need to disconnect the header, put it onto the trolley, take it through into the small field over there, and then we're going to wrap that field out nice and quickly. It's going to be a miserable day tomorrow, so ideally we'll get this all done today, and then once we finish, if I have time, the only problem I'm going to have is space for grain, I think, in the trailer. That one's looking a little, get that started again, looking a little full. So what we need to do is try and get that all emptied out, and then once we do, once we try and get that finished, at least we can hopefully get the straw baled up, because yeah, like I said, it's gonna be wet tomorrow. I don't want to leave the straw on the ground too long, so that's what we'll have to look into. First thing though we have to do, unfortunately, is just move the header and the combine over. It's always the slowest part of harvest, just switching between fields. But this has gone through quite well. Spot rates have come through to around about 3.7-ish, 3.8 tons per acre, which is great. More than happy with that. Just get out here and disconnect the PTO. It's lovely. So from this kind of spot yield, we're looking okay. I think we'll know a little bit more as and when we get closer to doing the full analysis and get this over a weighbridge. But so far so good on that front, and we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Now what we need to do, we're going to take the combine up, and we might just try and go out the gateway in the corner there. So we'll just give us a little bit of speed. Combine's been very nice to drive, actually. We've got this block done here nice and easy. We've just got this small little field here. This is only about, I think it's 5 acres, so it's not going to take us too long to do at all. By the time we get the headlands off here, we'll all but be done. So that's quite nice. But yeah, just a little bit frustrating. Had some nice shots on the camera there as well, but what can you do? So we will get this empty. We'll get this opened up. We'll get the combine moved across. What I might just do before we go any further, as you can see, it's sun's starting to go down, getting late into the afternoon now, so we haven't really got much time left. which is kind of why I want to get this field in and done, and then we'll almost forget about it really. Also put a grain tank down as well, fold that in because we've got some overhanging tree branches there. There we go. Okay, and so it's gonna move, take our time to get through here. I think we'll just go a little bit wide here as well to get past that tree branch, which might mean that we have to reverse into the... yeah, I think we might have to. Easy does it. And if we swing around this way, we can reverse the header trailer in, and that should be as good, I think. Excellent stuff. That worked out rather well. So we'll go get the combine over here. We'll get ourselves going, and we'll come back and have a bit of a look to see how we're getting on there. Alright then. So we've got underway here. We're into the field now. It's not going to take us too long to get this rattled out. Like I say, it's a good yield so far for this spring barley, which is, all being well, it's going to go away for malting. So it's going to go away into the brewery industry, and it'll come to you sooner or later in a beer near you. I don't know the sample yet. We've got a sample ready to send away and where it'll be analysed, and if it's all good, then they'll take it, and we'll get quite a good price for it these days at the moment. If it's not so good and it doesn't quite meet the requirements, then it has to go down towards animal feed, really. That being said, I think it's looking okay. We've had some suspect weather in its growing period, really wet cold spring followed by a baking hot early summer, so it's done well to get to this stage actually. I'm happy with it. It's looking like a good crop at least. Next to no greenery in the bottom here, primarily because it's been so darn hot. It's killed off all the green grass in there, but we did also desiccate it before we got that hot spell actually, so it's if we'd held on for like another, oh I don't know, perhaps 5 days with the desiccation, we could have got away without doing it at all. But such is life, we missed that. We got it done anyway, so we'll get this all wrapped out. Like I say, by the time we've got the 3 headlands off here, there really won't be a great deal left to do. And like, I'm hoping that we can get it all into the trailer, but I'm also beginning to think that that might not be all that possible, so we'll have to see. But the main aim is to get this finished, get the combine empty, and get the combine back up to Gary's yard, because it's his after all. And then if we've got time after that, we'll try and get this field all baled up and taken care of. That can be the next step on the list. Tomorrow, it's supposed to be a bit wet and miserable, and so tomorrow we are looking at taking the Arion down to the local dealers in Riverton, where they're going to actually mount some front loader brackets. They're going to mount some front loader brackets so we can put a quickie loader onto the front of the Arion. That is step 1 really for me in the next step of building the fleet. I want to put a loader onto that tractor so we can handle a few more jobs, bale jobs, bag jobs, things like that, without relying on others. And once we do that, once we have that up and running, then we might be looking into the next tractor. So that can, by all means, that won't be coming anytime soon, but it is something that's definitely on the list of things to look into. So we'll try and see what we can do there. And hopefully, like I say, we'll be able to get pushing through, and if we can expand the fleet, that'd be great. If we go for a heavier tractor, I don't know if it'll be the Axion that we demoed or something similar, but a heavier tractor will mean that we can upgrade our plough, or perhaps keep 2 ploughs, get a bigger drill on as well, because I'd like to get a direct drill on here at some point and see how that works and look down that route. But these are all options that we're certainly looking into anyway, so it'll be interesting to see how it all goes. The buzzer just went off before, which means that we are at 25% full, which is a bit of a concern, because it means that there's more yield in this field than anticipated, which also means that we look like we're going to have to try and find another truck somewhere. So there is that to contend with. However, we will do what we can, and right now that means we're just going to keep rumbling through this headland and get it finished. We'll see how it goes along, and we'll see what it's... well, yeah, we'll see just how much we can get rattled out. But yeah, all being well so far for our first harvest as landowners. This is a good harvest. Very happy with it. Hopefully, we're always looking to try and get more land. I'm not sure. There's nothing too attractive around here for sale at the moment. We do keep our options open and see if we can find anything. But yeah, at the moment, it's just all looking a little bit overpriced and under quality, so we'll have to wait and see. But all we can do for right now is get this in before the rain comes, which is probably going to be soon, and then hopefully get the bales done as well. So we'll keep rumbling on. We will get this up as soon as we can, try and get some more footage of it as well as we go, and there'll be more episodes down the line. So we will see you later on in the week. For now though, if you have enjoyed this video, please do hit that thumbs up button and smash that subscribe button to Simulation for the Nation if you are new to the channel. Like I see, very kindly hosts all the videos and makes sure everything goes up on time. For now though, we will leave it here, so thank you ever so much for watching. Do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.